Shalom, shalom, shalom to everyone watching. This is Rabbi Moshe Otero with the Ways of Israel. Hopefully you're enjoying this cool morning in the month of December. And we are now in the month of Kislev. We celebrated Rosh Chodesh Kislev. And we are looking at, in this video, the holiday of Shavuot. Of course, this is the series To Be a Jew, and which is part of our series of the book To Be a Jew. So we're on page 239 in the book, and we're looking at chapter 12, Shavuot. Shavuot commemorates the awesome event experienced by the children of Israel 7 weeks after the exodus from Egypt, even when they encamped on the foot of Mount Sinai, somewhere in the Sinai Peninsula. This event was the revelation when God's will was revealed to Israel. It marked the declaration of the Ten Commandments, and though these commandments do not constitute the entire Torah, which consists of 613 commandments or Taryag mitzvot, they were its foundation. These 10 commandments also became the moral bedrock of much of Western civilization. While the exact manner of this communication between God and man is not really known, it was always the subject of various opinions by great thinkers and sages of Israel. It was an event of awesome proportion and unique spiritual experience that indelibly stamped the Israelites with their unique character, their faith, and their destiny. It is called Matan Torah, the gift of the Torah, or God's teaching. In the prayer book, the festival is referred to Zeman Matan Toratenu, the season of the giving of our Torah. For this is the dominant theme of the festival. The everlasting significance of this theme is emphasized by the answer to the question of why this festival is not called the season of receiving our Torah. Instead, this answer is while the giving may have taken place at one time, the occasion can be commemorated, and the receiving of the Torah by Jews must continue to take place every day and everywhere. Every day a Jew receives the Torah, becomes, as it were, a small Shavuot. While the Jews who were present at Sinai affirmed their covenant with God, declaring, "We will do and we will listen, na'aseh v'nishma," the Torah emphasizes that neither with you only do I make this covenant, but with them, or with him that standeth here, and also with him that is not here with us today. In other words, it includes not only the generation of that time, but in future generations, not only referred to the 12 tribes at that present time, but all Jews that would come to become part of Kalal Yisrael, including the convert. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 13 through 14. Now the Talmud interprets the latter part of this verse as a clear reference also to the future generations of Jews and to future proselytes who would later accept the faith. And this you can see in Shavuot 39a. The festival of Shavuot emphasizes the spiritually significant lesson that the release from bondage and winning of political freedom does not constitute complete freedom unless it culminates in the spiritual restraints, disciplines, and duties inherent in the revelation in Israel, or to Israel, in the Israel's acceptance of the Torah. Not until you accept the Torah do you become part of the people. The name Shavuot, by which name the Torah refers to the festival, means weeks. Thus, in the Greek, Pentecost is derived by the fact that it is observed after 7 full weeks of counting after the second day of the Passover. The Talmud used the name Atzeret, which implies a concluding festival by which to refer to it, an indication that the sages regarded it to be tied and concluding the festival of Passover. It is significant as an agricultural festival in the land of Israel, and is also reflected by 2 other names by which the festival is also known by. Hag HaKatzir, the festival of harvest, for it marks the harvest of the wheat and the last grain of harvest for the season, and Yom HaBikurim, the day of first fruits. This also marks the beginning of the fruit of harvest, and was of the occasion for bringing the first ripe fruit to the temple as an offering of thanksgiving. The custom of eating dairy of Shavuot. So let's take a look at that. Special foods or dishes are always characterized in all Jewish celebrations, and certain festivals are often as a result of some religious symbolism, and thus it becomes customary on Shavuot to eat at least one dairy meal during the holiday, and some of this is symbolizing a land flowing of milk and honey. Others see this as emphasizing on this festival, which marks the giving of the Torah, the interdependence and unity of the written and oral Torah. For the very same verses that speaks of bringing the choicest first fruits of the land unto the house of the Lord your God, in celebration of Shavuot, also stresses that you must not boil a kid in his mother's milk. This you'll find in Exodus chapter 23, verse 19, and chapter 34, verse 26. Here we have the reason why we don't eat meat and milk together. On the basis of the latter part, the verse of the oral Torah based its prohibition of eating meat and milk together, and here separates dairy meal is deliberately eaten to emphasize the total unity of the verse and the authenticity of the oral Torah. So here we have both the written Torah and the oral Torah, which today all Jews who are part of Klal Yisrael accept upon themselves. One word, if you reject the oral Torah, you reject the whole entire Torah that we learn, and thus not a true completed Jew, as it were, but you're only taking parts and pieces. And this I say because a lot of people want to accept only what is written and not what was through transmission passed down from teacher to disciple to this day, which is part of the oral law. So this is one of the questions that we usually ask when a person is about to take upon themselves the yoke of the Torah. Are you accepting upon yourself both the written and the oral Torah, what is given over by the rabbis? If your answer is no, sorry, we cannot continue the process. If your answer is yes, we will continue the process of conversion. This is a must, as far as my book, a must requirement for a person to become part of Klal Yisrael and be considered a Jew. This is Rabbi Moshe Otero. Remember to support the ways of Israel with your donations and contribution very easily. You can go and send it directly to Zeli via at rabbiotero@yahoo.com, and we'll get it directly into the account. Or you can go to our PayPal, which is paypal.me/Los Caminos de Israel. Los Caminos de Israel. Thank you. May Hashem continue to bless you and your family as you're learning how to become a Jew and conduct yourself as such. Shalom.